Hello, everyone. In today's episode, we're going to embark on a fascinating adventure through the world of sleep, exploring the latest scientific discoveries on this topic that is so crucial to our well being. Get ready to unravel the mysteries of sleep with us. To begin our journey, let's understand the importance of sleep hygiene. According to Navia Baranwal and collaborators from Brown University, in their study on the physiology, pathophysiology, and hygiene of sleep 2023, having good sleep habits is fundamental. But what does this mean in practice? Imagine that your body is like a powerful machine that needs to be looked after in order to function perfectly. Sleep hygiene is precisely the set of practices that help calibrate this machine, preparing it for a restful night's sleep. Leaving the United States and crossing the ocean, we arrive in China, where researchers from the University of Shenzhen investigated the relationship between physical activity and sleep quality in young adults. The study, conducted by Geng and his colleagues, 2021, revealed an intriguing connection between these two elements. Could moving more during the day be the secret to more restful nights? But the impact of sleep goes far beyond physical rest. A fascinating study published in the journal Brain Communications in 2023 by Laura Fenton and collaborators from the University of California, San Diego, investigated the relationship between sleep variability and cognition. Their results showed that having a more consistent sleep routine with less variation in sleep duration and efficiency is associated with less accumulation of amyloid proteins in the brain, an important factor in the development of Alzheimer's disease. In other words, sleeping well and regularly can be a powerful shield to protect our brains. And speaking of cognition, did you know that lack of sleep can impair our mental performance? Research by the Sleep Foundation 2023, led by Eric Suni, shows how sleep deprivation negatively impacts concentration and cognitive performance, affecting our ability to learn, make decisions, and even react to stimuli. It's like trying to drive a car with an empty tank. Returning to Asia, a study by Geng and collaborators from Peking University, published in 2024 in the journal Sleep Medicine, examined the influence of dietary factors on the quality of sleep in adolescents. The researchers found that diets rich in fruit and vegetables and low in processed and sugary foods are associated with healthier sleep. Who would have thought that the road to a good night's sleep could lead through the market? But we mustn't forget the importance of our mind in the quest for restful sleep. A study conducted by Jason Ellis at James Cook University in Australia, 2023, explored the relationship between mindfulness and sleep quality in young adults. The research revealed that practicing mindfulness, a technique that helps us to be more present in the moment, reduces procrastination at bedtime and boredom, promoting a better quality of sleep. But is there a magic formula for determining the ideal amount of sleep for each person? This is a complex question, but we can find some clues in scientific studies. According to the study Sleep Physiology, Pathophysiology, and Sleep Hygiene 2023 by Navia Baranwal and collaborators, the amount of sleep needed varies from individual to individual. But most adults need between 7 and 9 hours of sleep a night for their bodies to function properly. And if you're one of those who feel guilty about sleeping late at weekends, you should know that it could actually be good for your health. A study by Kaitong Ao and Ning Ma from South China Normal University 2023 revealed that having a competitive attitude towards personal development is associated with lower anxiety and, consequently, better sleep quality. This suggests that seeking self-improvement can bring more peace of mind, even at bedtime. For a change of scenery, how about Australia? There, researchers from the University of Queensland carried out an interesting study with post-operative patients. The research, published in 2024 in Intensive Care Medicine Experimental, tested the effectiveness of low-dose clonidine in improving the quality of sleep in these patients. The study, conducted by Michael Reed and colleagues, revealed that clonidine, a drug commonly used to control blood pressure, showed promise in promoting longer, better quality sleep. Imagine the difference this could make to recovery from surgery. Studies like this show that the search for solutions to sleep problems is constantly evolving. In fact, did you know that there are even smartphone apps that can help us get a more restful night's sleep? A study published in JMIR Human Factors in 2024, conducted by Bennett and colleagues, investigated the use of an app called Sleep Solved, aimed at teenagers to promote sleep hygiene. The results were promising, indicating that technology can be a powerful ally in the quest for restful sleep. But beware, It's important to remember that excessive use of smartphones, especially at night, can have the opposite effect and impair sleep. The blue light emitted by these devices interferes with the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates our sleep-wake cycle. That's why it's best to avoid using electronic devices at least an hour before bedtime. And speaking of habits that can impair sleep, we can't fail to mention alcohol. Many people believe that a little drink before bed helps them relax, but the truth is that alcohol, despite initially inducing sleep, fragments sleep during the night, resulting in poor quality rest. Another factor that can influence sleep is diet. We've already seen that a diet rich in fruit and vegetables is associated with healthier sleep. But what should you eat at night? Research carried out in Japan, published in the journal Scientific Reports in 2023 by Masawi Wagami and colleagues, investigated the relationship between dinner and sleep quality. The study revealed that light, low-fat meals before bed contribute to a more restful sleep. Studies on the influence of sleeping position are relatively recent, but there is already some interesting evidence. Research published in the journal Psychology of Sport and Exercise in 2025, conducted by Xinli Qi and colleagues at Shenzhen University in China, found that among young adults with symptoms of insomnia, replacing light physical activity with moderate to vigorous activity can improve sleep efficiency that night. This finding begs the question, could adjusting the level of physical activity throughout the day be an effective strategy to combat insomnia? Perhaps we will soon have apps that guide us not only on when to go to bed, but also on the type and intensity of physical exercise that is most appropriate for each phase of the day, with a view to a more restorative night's sleep. Speaking of young people, a study conducted at South China Normal University, published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health in 2023 by Kaitong Oh and Ning Ma, explored the relationship between competitiveness and sleep quality in university students. Interestingly, the researchers found that a competitive attitude towards personal development is associated with lower levels of anxiety and, consequently, better sleep quality. It is important to note that this relationship between competitiveness and sleep can be complex and influenced by various factors, such as the individual's personality, social environment, and the way competitiveness is experienced. More research is needed to better understand this connection. And speaking of factors that influence sleep, have you ever heard of obstructive sleep apnea? This condition, characterized by breathing pauses during sleep, is quite common and can have serious health consequences. Research published in JAMA Network Open in 2023, conducted by Matthew Pace and colleagues, analyzed data from 5 large studies and concluded that better sleep consolidation and the absence of obstructive sleep apnea are associated with better global cognition over 5 years of follow-up. This finding reinforces the importance of seeking medical help if you suspect sleep apnea. Proper treatment can significantly improve sleep quality and prevent long-term health problems. Another interesting study, published in the journal Nutrients in 2023, conducted by Susana Papadopoulou and Konstantinos Giaginis from the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki in Greece, investigated the relationship between nutritional status and quality of life in the elderly. The research revealed that an adequate nutritional status is associated with a better quality of life, a higher level of physical activity, and a better quality of sleep. This finding highlights the importance of a healthy diet at all stages of life, especially in old age. A balanced diet, rich in nutrients and suited to individual needs, can contribute to healthier aging and a better quality of life. And for those interested in a more holistic approach to well-being, traditional Chinese medicine offers an interesting perspective on sleep. A study published in the journal Frontiers in Nutrition in 2023, conducted by Moyen Khan and Moez al-Islam Ezat Faris from the United Arab Emirates University, investigated the effects of intermittent fasting during Ramadan on health parameters. The researchers found that intermittent fasting can influence sleep in different ways, depending on factors such as age, gender, state of health, and eating habits. And we've reached the end of another episode. Today, we explore a maze of information about sleep with studies from all over the world, from Australia to China, Greece, and even the United Arab Emirates. Sleep science never ceases to amaze us. We've discovered that quality sleep is crucial for a happier and healthier life, and that several factors can influence our nights of rest. Diet is one of them, with studies showing that light, low-fat meals before bed are like a warm hug for sleep. And speaking of hugs, Moderate to vigorous physical activity can be the solution for young adults struggling with insomnia, such as a good stretch before tucking into bed. But beware of excess. Alcohol, for example, may seem like a friend to sleep at first, but it ends up betraying us during the night, fragmenting our rest. On the other hand, a competitive attitude, when focused on personal development, can be surprisingly positive, reducing anxiety and paving the way for more restful sleep. Studies have also highlighted the importance of quality sleep for cognitive health, showing that well-slept nights without sleep apnea are linked to a sharper mind over the years. And for our elderly listeners, great news. A proper nutritional state is like an elixir of youth associated with more disposition, more physical activity, and, of course, more restorative nights of sleep. And to finish off our conversation about sleep, how about a bit of trivia? Did you know that the position in which we sleep can influence the quality of our sleep and even our health? A French study published in 2024 in the journal Frontiers in Public Health, conducted by Julien Coelho and collaborators, investigated the French population's beliefs about sleep and found that most people believe that sleeping in a quiet, dark environment is fundamental for a good night's sleep. What are your beliefs about sleep?